Hey, what up, guys? It's me again, and welcome to the This Is My Moment podcast. And here at This Is My Moment, we have a good time. We love to laugh. We love life. And at the end of the day, we still gotta go get it.
There ain't no stopping it. This is my moment. Join the movement. We bringing people together, bringing positivity, making changes for the better.
So today, I got a guy that I wanted to talk to since I read up on him. I was reading up. I was like, man, this is gonna be like talking to myself. And I like talking. You guys know that. Introduce yourself.
Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it.
Already.
My name is Treveal C.W. Lynch. I put the C.W. in there, man, to show love and respect and really to give a shout out and a salute to my pops, man.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll get into that story later on. But yeah, man, Treveal C.W. Lynch. They call me Mr. What self-worth specialist, author, speaker, pastor, brother, mentor, humanitarian, and advocate, man. Advocate for these Gen Zs, advocate for these young brothers, advocate for humanity, man. I just want to see people do well. But I specifically have a heart and a passion to see my young brothers do well. And so any game that I can pass on to my young brothers, they can call me whatever they want to call me, man. As long as I'm in their life and as long as I'm having a positive impact on them, then I'm doing my job, brother.
Already. I love that, man.
Yeah.
I love that. So I'm looking, right?
Yeah.
I'm Googling you, right? I'm looking at your website and all this stuff, right? And I come across this thing. It says, I am the possible.
Yes, sir.
Now, look, I said, man, I like that. I like that. So this is my question to you, man. Why I am the possible and those words?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. My favorite topic, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. And I got the trademark sitting behind me, man. And that's a whole nother testimony. We ain't got time for that one today. But yeah, man, had to fight for it. But yeah, man, I am the possible, man. How can I summarize this? Where it started, man, was several years ago, probably around 2006.
Yeah.
I was traveling from Pasadena, California to Claremont. We lived out in Rancho Cucamonga. Right. So there was a bus stop out there, man. And I was taking the bus back and forth. I was in corporate America. And I love to people watch. Yeah. And so I was in the midst of writing a book, and I was in the midst of preparing to be ordained as a minister, man. And so I was just people watching, man, for a couple of weeks. And I was watching people interact on the bus. Yeah. And it was one of them surreal moments, man, where for like a week or so, I was starting to catch people's eyes. And it was like something was happening, and I still cannot explain it, but it was something that was happening as I was observing these individuals. Yeah. They had a certain look in their eye. And I don't know if you've ever been in a situation, man, where a look said something to you. Yeah. And so I'm sitting in the back of the bus, man, and I keep watching these people day in and day out. And one day their eyes said, and I write about it in my new book, but their eyes said to me, I want to like myself, but not like this. It was just it was an epiphany. It was these people wanted to like themselves, but not in the state or the stage in which they were in. Yes. And so long story, man, it's like these are corporate America people, right? These are people that got money, they're doing well, suits and ties, but there was no inner peace and inner acceptance. And so right in that same portion of time, man, I was asked to preach at my church, and I began to do research on the life cycle of a butterfly to prepare for this message. Right. And just to summarize it, man, a butterfly goes through 4 different stages. Okay. But scientifically proven, a butterfly at every stage of life or every cycle of life, it has always been and it will always be a butterfly genetically. Okay. It never changes from being a butterfly genetically. However, the stages in which it grows and goes from an egg to a caterpillar to a pupa to what we know as an adult butterfly. Yeah. I am the possible. I am present state. The possible future state. I am that which I am becoming. See, a lot of people look at where they are in life and they determine, I'm not good enough. I'm not acceptable. I'm not worthy. I'm not worth it. I'm not this. I'm not that. And I'm the possible is saying from the moment that God conceived you in his imagination, you were enough 100%. Period. You still got to go through the stages. You still got to go through the stages. Yeah. But your significance, man, from the moment you were a concept in God's mind, in God's heart, man, you were already enough, and he sent you into this world to be the contribution that he created you to be, man. And so those stages, they ain't at the stages where we grow and develop. Yeah. But a lot of people like to determine that they're not good enough because of their circumstances and their situations. So
yeah. And you know what's funny, man? That's the exact reason I created This Is My Moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, you know what I mean, growing up, and I told a story, like we didn't have a lot. And when we were able to move up, we had to move up in a manner where it made people laugh at us, you know what I'm saying? And I tell people all the time, it's this eye test, right? People give you the eye test. Before you hear me speak, you judge me. You don't know me.
Yes.
But the way that I look, where I'm from, the car that I drive, the clothes that I have on my back, you've already prejudged me. You see what I'm saying? Yes. But now I created This Is My Moment to tell people, look, it doesn't matter how you started. It don't matter. We grew up with no car. Now I'm like, you know what? It don't make no difference. Now when you see me ride, man, this cat got it all. Man, look, I got it all. Nothing. I got nothing because I know how it feels not to have nothing. And I don't want to go back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when I listen to you and I'm listening to I Am the Possible, you're absolutely right, man. Just because you started like that, don't mean you got to finish like that. G, I love it. I like that. And when I saw I Am the Possible, I said, man, this is my moment too. I like that. Yeah. I like that. Man. Hey, what makes you smile, man? What keeps you positive?
Yeah, man. People. This is it. This right here, man.
Yeah.
The human connection, man. I got 4 kids. And as a father, man, you know, with technology and Insta this and TikTok that and Face this and whatever else they're gonna come out with, you know, a lot of times, man, our kids are like this, man, right? Truth be told, they like this.
Yeah.
And that conversation is beautiful. The connection of humanity is a beautiful thing. And I am not against technology.
Right.
I'm against anything that interrupts the human connection. So I love the human connection. So the fact that we're talking and we're not texting each other the same thing that we could say to each other makes me happy, man. So I love connection. I love the human conversation, man.
Man, me too. I love talking, brother. You know, and you know what's funny? Yeah. I have family members, right, that I love them with all I am, right? And they tell, why you call me? Why you just didn't text me? And I like, you know what?
Yeah.
Man, when I text you, depending on what mood you in, that's how you read my text.
Correct.
Right? So if I send you a text, right? And I'm in a playful mood. I'm happy. I'm having a good day. I send it to you, but you having a bad day. So now when you read it, you're like, man, oh man, he tripping. He doing this. I'm like, dude, I just sent it, and just to tell you I love you, man. I care about you. I want to know, you know what I mean, this, and that. But you in a bad mood, so now you upset. But then you don't want me to call you because now I'm interrupting what you're doing, and I hate. I love technology. I'm not good at it. That's why I have Ashley. She do all my stuff. I ain't good at it at all. But you know what I'm good at? I'm good at talking, and I'm good at understanding it. And you can hear the passion. You can hear where I'm coming from. You can't hear it on that text.
Yes.
You can't see it on that screen. So, and I'm big into that, man. And that gets into my next question.
Yes, sir.
I talk about having the right people around you, right? And I call it compartmentalization, right? Moving people in and out of your life, putting them where you need them to be for you to be successful, right? And how ugly of a word it is because it means you can't do everything with everybody.
That's right.
Certain people are there for certain reasons.
That's right.
How important do you think it is to have the right people inside of your life helping you and that possible?
Yeah.
What do you think that is?
Yeah, it's absolutely critical. I mentor a lot of young brothers.
Yeah.
And I'm in the process of creating programs for the school districts, man, to really go in and to really equip and to really empower these young brothers. And one of my 4 pillars or my 4 principles is that every man needs a mentor.
Dig it.
I believe that with all my heart. I know for a fact. I was just telling my oldest son that I'm going to get a T-shirt made, and on the back it's going to list out, because every year for Father's Day I do a Facebook Live and I just give shout outs. I tag up all of my mentors, anybody who's on social media, and I just express love and gratitude, because I know I wouldn't be where I am had it not been for the many, many, many men along the path that have taken me under their wing and gave me that game. So I think it's absolutely critical, man. You cannot, matter of fact, I was just showing my son the other day. I got my first TikTok hater the other day because I made a video where I said, brothers, you cannot get anywhere. Pretty much. I mean, I may have said something else, but in essence, you cannot get anywhere without partnership. You need someone else to help you get there.
I saw that one.
Yeah, and homeboy remixed me and said, he gonna do everything on his own. He gonna roll by himself. And me and my son, we just chopped it up. I ain't paid homeboy no mind, because fundamentally, you didn't come into this world by yourself.
Yeah.
If your mama didn't push your big-headed butt out where she pushed you out of, you wouldn't be here. So at the most fundamental level, there is no island. There is no one-man show. There is no self-made. That's so I don't even get them cast no mind, man. But to answer your question, man, it is critical. You cannot get anywhere meaningful, and you cannot do anything significant without another partner. There's no, you even got Ashley.
Yeah.
Everybody needs somebody. So absolutely, man. That's one of my pillars.
Man, that's crazy. And you know what's funny, man? These cats, they look at it, right? And I used to coach, right? I used to be a high school basketball coach. And for a time, I didn't have an assistant coach, right? It was just me. And this is what I tell people. I said, every play that I ran when it was just me was a great play, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Everything that I did was phenomenal. Oh, man, this going to work, right? And then when it didn't work, right, I'm like, man, what happened? And this is the thing. I was doing it by myself. But the moment that I got an assistant, right, I got a cat sitting right next to me, and I run this play. He like, Pat, man, I don't think we want to do that. I don't think you want to do that because of this. And that's what I think, having those people around you, when you say, oh, I can do it by myself. Nah, you can't, because I'm going to tell you why. Everything going to sound good. Everything going to look good. Because you ain't bumping it up against nobody. The moment somebody hear it, right? They hear it, they like, dude, you really want to do that? Like, say it out loud. Say it out loud. See how it sounds. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So, yeah, that's what's up. That's a great point. That's a great point.
hey, that's a true story though, man. Like I tell you, brother, I'm running all the best plays, man. Ain't none of them working until I got a partner. I got a partner to check my balance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm reading up on you, and I saw you talk about feeding your focus.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a little bit of game on feeding my focus, man. What is that?
Yeah, man. So, I don't know if Tony Robbins, if he actually came up with this saying or not, man, but he definitely got credit for the saying, and people know this saying by him: where focus goes, energy flows, right? Where our focus goes, our energy flows. And so on a recent podcast episode, I was sharing with young brothers, the fact that when we have dreams, we have ambitions, goals, a lot of times, man, we want to do something really big. We want to do something great, but then we shrink back and we make excuses, or we really magnify, we really look at what we would consider limitations, things that are going to hold us back. Yeah. And so where I was going with that topic about focus, man, is that whatever you focus on, you're going to feed it and you're going to fuel it, right?
Yeah.
Just like a car, you're going to put gas in the tank, you're going to feed it and you're going to fuel it. And so one of the things that I like using, man, is this magnifying glass, because I believe that the greatest form of self-development is self-discovery. And so we got to be able to discover and really see what is within us, man. And so one of the things I like to say is, listen, this bottle of water, I would estimate maybe 11, 12 inches tall, right? Now, this isn't going to get any bigger or any smaller than what it is right now.
Right.
But if I magnify it, if I focus in on it, right, depending on my perspective on it, it gets bigger in my sight. It may not get any bigger than you, right? You looking at it, it doesn't get any bigger. But if my focus goes on it, my energy goes on it, it gets bigger to me. And so what I was trying to illustrate, man, is that wherever we focus, man, we got to be real careful. We got to be real strategic about where we focus in life, because whatever we give our attention to, our focus, our energy to, that thing is like you're feeding a beast. It's getting bigger, it's getting stronger, it's gaining momentum, and it's bigger in your eyes. And so if you keep focusing on what you would think or consider your limitations, then you're feeding and you're fueling your limitations. Ooh. So they keep getting bigger in your sight. Yeah. They're not actually any bigger. They're just bigger in your sight. Yeah. And the bigger something grows and the bigger something gets, it begins to block out everything else. So I'm like, yo, young brothers, let's get our minds off of the limitations, acknowledge that they're there. Yeah. Acknowledge that you don't have a few things in your life that maybe you think you need or you want. Okay, let's acknowledge that.
Yeah.
But then let's refocus on what's possible. Let's refocus on the probability of you succeeding if you take the proper steps. And so that's what I was really just trying to convey, man, is that what you focus on, man, you are going to feed it and you're going to fuel it. And here's where the empowerment comes in, bruh, is that we get to choose where that focus goes.
All day long.
We get to choose that. Absolutely, man.
Man, so you spot on, G. So what I do outside of this is my moment, man, I have the ability to go to schools and I talk to people about positive action, the way they think, the way the words. And I said this exact same thing. I played a little game, right? I played a little game. And it was just a little question game. And you can give points, or you can take points away. And I was at this one school, and these kids, they were so focused on taking away from other people that they forgot to win.
Wow.
They were so focused on taking something positive away from other people that they forgot that they were in it to win. And I told them, I said, you know what? In this mindset, you will never be more than this. And I'm going to tell you why. You're so focused what other people have and taking away and making them miserable that you forgot to live your life. You forgot to go out there and win the game.
Wow.
And I said, and every time I come in here, I want you to do one thing. I want you to change the verbiage that you use when you talk to yourself. I want you to change your mindset, because it starts with you. Mm-hmm. And if your mindset is a negative, or if your mindset is, oh, I don't have it, so I'm going to take it from them, you've already lost the game.
That's real.
Come on now.
That's real, man. That's real. I love them analogies, man. I love that.
Hey, but you know what's funny? This is all true story. Like, I'm talking to these kids, man. I'm talking to them. And I tell them, I said, man, you guys are that way. And this is just me. Your circumstances, your situations, the people that you're around, the company that you keep puts this into your mind. Because I'm going to guarantee you, if you were around people that all they thought about was winning, you would try to get all your points. If you're around people that don't know how to win, guess what you're going to do? You're going to try to take away from other people because you see them winning.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Wow.
Man, period. What we going to do? And when I told them, they was like, oh, I never thought of it like that. And I said, then that's why I'm here.
That's the key.
Why I'm here. I'm going to change your mindset. I'm going to change the way that you looking at these folks, the way that you looking at life, and how you going to change your words to, I can't, oh, what happened? To, you know what? I can, and I will.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I'm telling you, man, it's something to it, man.
Exactly. It is, man. Yeah, man. I love when that light bulb come on for him, man.
And you can see it. You remember you said it earlier.
That's the thing. You can see
you said it earlier. Oh, you said I want to be more, but I don't want to be more right. And that's what that light is. When you see them eyes light up, like, man, this cat just told me something.
Yeah.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah,
he did.
Exactly.
let me ask you a question, man. And I talk about communication a lot. Like I'm big on communication, and I call it keeping a closed circle of communication. You know what I mean? So I don't allow for anything to come in, or I don't let anything to get out. That way, there's no confusion in what we're talking about. How important do you think it is to have a good communication circle? You know what I mean? To really be able to not think that I said this, but understand where I'm coming from. How important do you think that is, man?
Man, that's critical. That's monumental, something just catastrophic, man. That's man. Listen, man. John Maxwell said that information is getting out, communication is getting through.
Yeah.
And I said, man, we can speak out loud in a room full of people and have no connection. No, nothing's getting through.
Yeah.
They hear you. You're audible.
Yeah.
But communication is the connecting point.
Yes.
You feel me? I got a light right here. I got a light above my head so that I can be well lit.
Yeah.
We're on Zoom, we're recording, we got mics, listen, man, if these things were not connecting with the power source, this podcast would be over with.
Quick.
Now, the power can be in the wall.
Yeah.
The power cords can be dangling outside the socket.
Yeah.
But if they don't connect, there is no energy source flowing through and nothing gets powered up. That's the way I look at communication. If you don't have communication, nothing moves, nothing happens, nothing gets powered up. So I man, for me, it's in my top two. It's in my top two. You got to have communication. No communication, everything stops. Marriage, partnerships, businesses. Where communication stops, all progress stops. Period. So yeah.
I like that. And you brought this up, and I'm a firm believer. You talked about having a hater on your podcast, right? and
yeah, man.
I do little segments right when I'm going out and about, and I was talking on one of them, and it says that if you don't have haters in your life, you're not doing something right.
Right.
You know what I mean? And to me, haters and people that talk down on what you're trying to do positive, that's my motivation. Do you think that when people talk like that and talk negative about what you're trying to do, when all you're trying to do is make everything better and rewrite the narrative to something our kids can be proud of, do you think having them kind of haters on your podcast and in your feed, you think that changes or make you grow, or you don't care about it enough? What you think?
Man, I enjoy it, man. I think it's a great sign, man. When you got haters, number one, that means that you're in motion. Because rarely do people, well, you know what? We live in America. People will find ways to hate on people that's sitting on the side of the road too. Anything, right? But primarily it means that you're in motion. Here's the big one for me. It means that you stand for something. If you have no known haters, like they're not visible, they're not coming at you, there's no backbiting there's nothing poking at you. Because the example I was given, that was my first one on TikTok. That wasn't my first one. It was my first one on TikTok because I'm kind of new to the TikTok game. But it means that you stand for something. If you have no haters, you actually might want to check yourself, because that means you are pleasing way too many people. So it means, like, how fortified is your character? Because if you think about any man or woman that you respect in the game, past or present, anyone that you look up to, anybody that you would consider your hero, whether it's in the history books, whether it's in American history, foreign history, whatever it is, anyone that you would admire and esteem, they stood for something. And they stood for something so, they were so fortified in their conviction that they warranted people to hate on them. They warrant, like it's almost like a badge of honor. It's like you have to warrant, you have to love what you love so much and believe in what you believe in so much that it offends people. It makes them uncomfortable. Ooh. Now you tapping into something. So for me, yeah, absolutely, man. Haters are essential. It's essential, man. You can't be out there trying to please everybody. You weren't created to. You weren't created to. It's not even in your job description.
Matter of fact, I don't even want it to be.
Yeah, don't want it to be.
I want you to see me shining. Yes. I want you to try to figure out what I'm doing wrong. Please do, because you know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep showing you that I'm keeping it up.
Yes.
Watch it work. Let me ask you this though.
Yeah,
I stay positive.
Yeah,
it ain't no question. Like I love positivity. I live it. I try to breathe it. But you know what? Every day ain't a good day for me. You know what I mean? Like some days I got them days where I let like the smallest things. Man, I could be driving. You know what I mean? And it could be a lot of cars on the street. I'm like, man, why y'all? And it's just one of those things. I'm human. That's what I do. When you get on a bad day, if you have one.
Oh yeah.
What's your quote, man? What's your go-to? Like, what's your motivation to get you back to where you smiling and you loving this thing we call life, man? What do you use? What do you go to?
Yeah, man. You know what? I go to I don't even go to a quote because to be honest, man, with where I've come from and with where I am with the Lord, man, if I went to a quote, that'd be something that a man said. That'd be something that another human have said, and that's not enough. That's not enough for me on those days that we talking about. So I actually go back to the word of prophecy, man, that was spoken over my life the day I got ordained, man. So when I got ordained as a pastor, there were just some words that were spoken over my life in terms of what God would use me for and do through me. And I just go back to that, man, because I took the video of me being ordained, and I just literally, wrote out verbatim, word for word, what was said over my life. And so just as a man of faith, I just believe in what was spoken over me. And, just like, yo, man, it resonated with me then, and I continue to see the evidence of it. Yeah. And so there's still a lot yet to be, completed and revealed. And so because the story hasn't finished being written, man, then it's like, yo, open that up. Yep. That's still gonna be. Yep, that's still true. Yep, I still got work to do. Yep, I still got something to do. I still got things to get done. So that's what wakes me up again.
I dig, brother. Yeah, I dig that. I like that.
Yeah, man.
I like that. Hey, man, I'm having a good time, brother. Yeah. It's just gonna get better because this is my favorite part of the show.
All right.
Everybody knows Ashley sends out the questions. So Treveal, he had the questions. He killed it though. He knocked them out the park. I told you it was like talking to myself. Like he said the same thing that I'd have said. But here's the deal. He don't know these next three. Let's see if we can get you. So these next three questions, man. You just pick one, and we'll see where you at. All right.
Okay. All right.
So I'm looking at you on this social media stuff, man. And you in the weight room, right? You in there lifting all the weights. You ain't leaving nothing to nobody. I see you. You in there, you doing these runs, right? You got these medals on, man, the numbers on your chest, man. I saw y'all that. You only get to pick one, no. You running or you going to the weight room? Where you going?
I'm going running.
You going running?
I'm going running. Yeah, man.
You ain't even waste no time. Why are you picking running?
Yeah, no. Running is the most mentally challenging activity I've ever faced in my life. Yeah. Running because I'm not naturally thin. I'm not a natural runner. It takes everything in me, man. You know how is it? Blood, sweat, and tears, guts and glory. It takes everything for me to run. Yeah. And so I'm fascinated with human potential. I'm fascinated with where I can go with this and what I can achieve through regulating and disciplining this mind. I'm fascinated with that. And so I'm like, yo, man, I got potential in me that God gave me that if I use this to its fullest, then I can create, I can do, I can be, I can produce results. So for me, man, it's like weight room. I was trained 2 times certified as a personal trainer. So I got that knowledge. I know that game, but nothing challenges me like running a mile. Let's just put it into context. Running a mile nonstop is more rewarding than, bench pressing 200-300 pounds. Yeah. Because that run is no ego. Ain't nobody out there with you. Ain't nobody watching. Don't nobody care. That weight room, you got like a little audience, people watching. They come on, baby, beast. Out there in them streets, ain't nothing but you in that stoplight because ain't nobody caring. Is lonely, is you, and you the only one that's gonna have to want it. Ain't no cheerleading, ain't no motivation. So just you. Yeah, running is you.
I dig that. Here we go. Second one.
Yeah.
Which one to you is more important, the destination or the journey?
Ooh, man, that's a big one. The right answer is the journey, but I got to be honest, it's the destination for me. The right answer is the journey. Oh, just enjoy the journey. Oh, I get it. Because I totally get it. Man. And listen, I've been in the Eastern arts and I've been studying the Eastern world, and I get it. I meditate. I do all that. I get the journey and the yin and the yang and the ebbs and the flows and be present and be mindful and be still. I get all that, baby. I done all that, but I got somewhere I gotta be as well. So I'm gonna pick destination. I got somewhere to be. I
like that. Last one. I'm gonna give you a phrase, man. Here goes the phrase. This is my moment. First thing comes to your mind.
Serenity.
Dig it.
Yeah.
Too easy.
Yeah.
Too easy. We done, brother.
That's it.
I had a ball, man.
Likewise.
And I told Ashley, when I get him, I know I'm going to enjoy it. Hey, guys, change your mindset. Change the way to think. Change the way that you look at yourself. Use your magnifying glass. I am the possible. Yes, sir. Go get it.
There ain't no stopping it. This is my moment. Join the movement. We bringing people together, bringing positivity, making changes for the better.